myself, so I can show her the suicides and talking and the killing herself. I'm having problems dealing with wealth, but you wouldn't understand it until you get a million yourself. You niggas musta got a deal for your health. Your CD is frozen food, it just chill on the shelf.
You know, life is crazy, and my life has changed. Life has changed a lot, especially since I got back to YouTube. Even before I got back to YouTube, life changed. And I can remember specifically my first year as becoming like full-time entrepreneur. I was delivering pizzas ever since I was 18. I've never been fired from a job. I had aspirations of becoming a professional fighter. I went to college, and it took me like 5 years to get like a 2-year degree just because my parents wanted me to go to college, even though I had no ambition to go to college. They said, you always need something to fall back on. And the thing is, I'm actually pretty like academically smart, believe it or not. Even my teachers in college would tell me this and acknowledge like in front of the class. But I knew that wasn't like really where my heart was or my intentions were. But it was always my goal to just focus on becoming a fighter and like generating income like through some kind of entrepreneurship like revolving around that. And that did come into fruition. Like I do like own a kickboxing gym. I do many other things for income, and I make money in pretty interesting ways that I always wanted to. But specifically my first year becoming an entrepreneur, right before I owned like the gym, when I was trying to become a full-time entrepreneur and doing several side gigs, I was like, you know what, God, it'll be pretty awesome if I could just make like 10 grand a month. That'd be sweet. And I remember like 2018 in the spring, by the winter of that year, had some financial troubles, and it was like I made maybe 10K a week or in 2 weeks, and it was like I didn't know how I was gonna eat, and it was like a very disturbing feeling. I can still remember that, and it sucked because I figured it might just get better from there, and it kind of didn't. But the purpose of today's video, for the most part, guys, is just that, like, I guess a lot of people kind of look at me and think that I'm rich or something like that, and it begins to suck. And like, you know, I hope it's just me, but when I started making, I guess, significant money, after I was already making significant money, like, my relationship with, like, most people in my life just completely changed. It became something, like, very transactional. It became kind of disturbing. When I was younger, there were just people in my life where, like, I loved to be around, and, like, money wasn't the issue. I could just be around them. And I'm not one that likes to, like, chill so much. Like, I always have to feel some kind of mission. So it's hard for me to sit around, like, when, like, friends and family that would gather at my house, like, let's say on a Sunday, I was like, what are we gonna do? Like, they didn't know. Like, let's do this, this, and this. They probably just want to watch TV. I'm like, why you want to sit around and just watch TV and be a spectator to some other different stuff? Like, you can watch like one episode of maybe The Walking Dead and let's go do something else. But like, I don't know. I just can't really sit around. And it wasn't because of money. It was just like, I want to go. Like, I had like adventure. Like, I craved the adventure. Fighting brought me a lot of adventure, for example, that a much higher form of gratification that like money ever could. You know, many things in life can actually, but it's like now it's hard for me to like deal with people. Like, it's almost like as if everybody like I deal with in my life nowadays, it's like it's something like kind of transactional, like even with regards to family, and it sucks. I have one particular friend I have to this day where I can say like our relationship was just never like that. Like, I could call him up today, he wanted me to check on like all the stuff that I've been through. I have to recap them on the several months that like I haven't seen him. We can get together, play video games that day, like on either side. We can stay over my house, we can get something to eat, and it's just that. Whatever I'm doing in my professional side of my life doesn't matter. Whatever he's doing on the professional side of his life doesn't matter. And like, we just homeboys, you know what I mean? And like, I miss having people in my life like that. Nowadays, it feels like pretty everybody involved in my life is some kind of like transaction. I have like a son in Germany. Like, for me to go see him, it's gonna be a transaction. For me, when I spend time, it's gonna be a transaction. I don't have any kind of like relationship in my life where it doesn't feel like it's just a transaction. And it's very sad and it's very disturbing. Where like I've always been some kind of an introvert, but now when I try to grow my business and try to venture myself further as an entrepreneur, it feels like the majority of the relationships in my life is like very transactional, and it's disturbing. It's a very disturbing feeling where it's like you kind of find yourself at a crossroad where should you just aim higher for like, you know, more financial like goals and success, or do you go backwards? But like, it's kind of hard to go backwards when you see how people treat you different. Like, I've heard in rap songs like, you know, how money might change people around you more than it change you. Like, I've got to see that a little bit, and that's not like always like a bad thing. I'm not like, there's people that love me, care about me, like to call me all the time. Like, for example, because I'm so busy with business, I can't just call people. People like to always call me, just like waste time on the phone just to talk about dumb stuff. I'm like, bro, you don't got stuff to do, you know what I mean? So like, and like, don't get me wrong, I do like to sit back and enjoy life, and like a couple months ago I really couldn't have time to, you know, play video games, hang out, do cool stuff, go out on dates, whatever the case may be. Like, I got to do things that could excite me and spend time in ways that will fulfill me. But nowadays it feels like just everything's some kind of like transaction. It disturbs me, and I wouldn't say loneliness is the word. It's not like, I would say isolated. Isolated is kind of how you begin to feel. I guess the biggest benefit of being rich per se, which I kind of maybe discovered yesterday, if I am rich, because honestly guys, I'm very broke. Don't let any of this stuff with me see you confuse you. Like, this video, like, I'm broke. I mean, I make, I guess, significant income, but I'm broke. Because you can be broke as a poor person, you can be broke as a rich person, but you can be financially stable poor and financially stable rich. And the only benefit to being rich, from my honest to God opinion, is realizing that you're not poor, at least having some kind of juxtaposition, like maybe Andrew Tate would say, that, like, see like where you came from point A to point B. One of my most favorite quotes from the Wolf of Wall Street movie, the guy Jordan Belfort said, "I've been a poor man and I've been a rich man, and I choose being a rich man every time. I gotta face my problems." I show up in the backseat of a limo wearing like a $50,000 suit, wearing a $10,000 watch. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with your problem of being rich. And like, you know, I like dealing with my problems like through prayer and hard work, not just money, man. Cause like, it kind of sours. Like, I guess we all have this kind of like vision in our head. Not so much that money will make us happy, but like if you like reach some kind of like financial station that like certain things will change, get better. And life does get better, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. You can make your life better, but I guess it's very similar to like a couple years ago when I thought like making X amount of money, maybe 10K a month, will like, you know, put me in a different position, like mentally or spiritually or stuff like that, and it didn't. And that's kind of what it is now. It's the same thing. And it was never that I relied on money to like make me happy. I just figured it would just reduce some stress. But now it's like definitely a big cause of stress, no matter what I do with it. And the things that I like to make me happy, like so much as like, you know, family, be my baby mama's, you know, don't see eye to eye. Like, so I'm estranged with her. Like, you know, I don't have a more relationship with my kid. That's something that I believe, like, ... I'll be happy if ... Me fighting in the ring and chasing like my fighting career, like I always dreamed of when I was young. Things like that, you know, or things that I thought would just like make me happy, whatever the case may be. And I'm not fighting or pursuing my fighting career at this very moment, but I do hope to in the future. So between like things like that, you know, I try to fill the void with business and like staying busy and active because I'm easily bored. It changed the dynamics of how I dealt with a lot of people, you know. Like I hate the fact that like, yeah, I'm, you know, well known in my community. Yeah, a lot of people may admire me. Yeah, whatever the case may be, but like at the cost of like things becoming like more of a transactional like interaction with like other people, you know. And for those people that like aspire for, you know, to make money, I guess, I want you to kind of just be mindful of that, because like I wasn't mindful of that. I didn't see it coming. Like I just thought like, you know, everything was going up and up if I start making more money. I didn't have a specific number. I never had like a specific number of amount of wealth like I wanted to achieve. I just wanted to be able to take care of my family and my own, you know. Things got weird. Like I've growing up, I've had enemies turn friends, you know. Now that I'm an adult, I have friends that kind of turn enemies, and I never thought those kind of days would come. Those kind of problems, like, you know, necessarily like money can't fix. Those kind of problems, like certain problems you'll face in life, regardless of what kind of income that you have, you just gotta just keep moving forward. Just don't look back. So that's gonna wrap up my video on how it really feels to become rich, I guess. Don't forget to like that button. Don't forget to comment below, guys. Tell what you guys think about becoming rich. Are you rich? How is your experience becoming rich? I hope it's a lot better than mine. Something, maybe we can talk, open some kind of discussion about this. I don't know. Cop some King Kamara MHG Brimezus t-shirts off my linked MHG website. The link will be in the description box below. Please, you guys, have all my merch in there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, because we're dropping content on this YouTube channel like almost every day, Monday through Friday, which is pretty awesome. And I will hopefully see you soon in the next video.